Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ryan the Lion Video Games with me, Ryan the Lion, and today we are counting down from 10 to 1 my top PS4 games of 2015. Now these are consisting only on the PlayStation 4, truly to the fact because I don't have an Xbox One and or a PC. So this is the top 10 games of 2015 and I hope you can enjoy them. Number 4 on my top 10 PS4 games of the year of 2015 is of course Fallout 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this might come to a surprise to everyone and it might be a bit of a disappointment because this was hyped up to be the game of the year in a lot of people's eyes, which I can understand and I can see because Fallout 4 remains consistently brilliant. From Fallout 3 to Fallout 4, it is fantastic. It is one of my favourite games of the year. That is why it's in my top 5. The reason it wasn't higher in my top 5 was, personally I felt like it was just much and such the same, which I do understand a lot of people will agree with that, but then there will be a lot of people that disagree with that. That is the beauty of video games and doing stuff like this on YouTube, because then you guys can let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and please don't hold back on any criticism. If you disagree with something, that is absolutely 100% fine, because that is the beauty of video games. Everyone has different views and are entitled to those different views. Personally, for me, Fallout 4 was just much and such the same as Fallout 3. Even the graphics, I mean, the graphics did improve a slight bit, which, yes, they are a little bit better than the PS3, but personally, I didn't feel like they pushed the boundaries of, graphically for it. I feel like the Bethesda engine is getting just a little bit dated. Reason being, there's still a lot of graphical glitches. People going through walls and being able to hit people through walls, and there's a lot of glitches in this. And even coming down to some quest lines, there's some glitches. I found myself stuck on a few quests because I couldn't find a certain person or a certain object or item because it was, for some reason, through the floor or through the wall, and I couldn't get it until I had to go either a way round it in another way, or I had to acquire it in some other way. But I personally really did enjoy this. The gameplay still true. If anything, they made the gameplay a little bit better. I think they did make improvements in that area, because now it's just not based around VATS. You don't have to use your VATS to kill an enemy, to take down a super mutant or anything like that. It's proper. You can use guns. They used a lot more guns and melee and stuff like that. I think they learnt a lot of lessons from the Skyrim game, because obviously you were using a lot of magic and a lot of projectiles and using a bow and stuff like that, and obviously swords and melee weapons. So I think they learnt a lot of lessons from Skyrim, being Skyrim was such a great success. And don't get me wrong, Fallout 4 is a great success. The storyline still is really strong, still quite emotional in bits. A lot of really dark and emotional stories and side stories that you get in it. So it does stay strong in that department as well. It is consistently really good from Fallout 3. It's not worse, it's not bad, it's definitely better than Fallout 3, but personally I don't feel as though it's came on leaps and bounds. I was expecting a little bit more, and I think I got kind of sucked into the hype from Fallout 4. I mean, when this was first announced way back in E3 of June 2015, obviously there was major hype straight from the get-go. And I can totally understand that. I was majorly hyped for it. It was one of my most hyped up games of the year. And it did live up to the hype, personally, for me. But I just felt like there was going to be more changes that there were. There are changes, you could do settlement buildings and stuff like that. You can build your own settlements and bases, and you can build them up, and that's really good. There's loads of modification. The customization is so deep in this game. You can modify your armor, you can modify your weapons, you can modify your settlements. There's so much customization to this game, and that is a really good thing. Especially for, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. You spend £40 in this game, or £45 in certain retail stores, and you want a lot of content from that, and there is a hell of a lot of content. You know, that's not without DLC. You know, like they haven't even released any DLC for it yet, which I can only imagine they will in the future. But they've not released any as of yet, and that is a great load of content. You can easily spend a good 200 hours playing this game. I think I've not fully completed it. I've done the main quests, but I haven't done the side quests, and I haven't done you know, some of the side and miscellaneous quests yet. And I want to do that. And I've not done a lot of the settlement, you know, the factions like the Minutemen and stuff like that. So I want to do all those. But personally, for me, I just felt like, you know, there were still a few graphical issues. I think the engine is getting a little bit dated because you still get the long load times, the frame drops and stuff like that. So personally, I felt like Fallout 4 was consistently good from Fallout 3. It was just as good, if not better, than Fallout 3. But personally, I felt like graphically it wasn't, you know, a step up a big step up, you know, as opposed to when you see how beautiful Skyrim was. But the content, the amount of content, the customization, the modification that you can do in this game, definitely that is what you want from spending £45 on a game. You know, you're spending a lot of your hard-earned cash on a game you want to get plenty of content from. This does have that, so I can definitely understand why people see it as their game of the year. But personally, for me, the frame rate and the loading times, you know, the graphical issues and the glitches and stuff, you know, made me feel like it hadn't really progressed and moved on from Fallout 3 very much. So that was a little bit disappointing to me. So that's why it's number 4 in my top 10 PS4 games of the year. If you disagree, then that's absolutely fine. If you agree, then that's great. Please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on Fallout 4 and maybe what's good or bad about the game in your eyes. So please don't be shy in any criticism, and I want to know all your views on this, guys. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the video, then please hit that all important like button. It really does help, guys. I cannot thank you enough for all the great support through a lot of, you know, tough months that I've had the past few months. You have been great, so thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you in number 3.